Hey there everyone, Luke here. Now before I talk about the chapter this week, just want to say something very exciting that I have kept in the background for a good few months now. My latest book, it's like 98% completed. Just gotta get the last few chapters seen by my editor, and then hopefully in the next month or so, it'll be up on Amazon. So yeah, looking forward to that. Looking forward to getting an actual copy of it to put on my shelf. And yeah, that's all I wanted to say. So it's been a long road with this one. The next one's going to be even longer. I'm no joke. Like the plots that I've got for that next one, oh my god, that's going to take me, I would say, 2 years to complete. 2 years with one book. Oh boy, that's going to be a mouthful. But hey ho. It is what it is. Gotta get it done. Just gotta get stuck in there. So that's what I wanted to say. And without further ado, let's just dive right into this chapter. Okay, so this will be chapter 247, titled Kyoichirio's Infiltration. And, well, I must say, like I said with when talking about Surpassing Dr. Stone, it is amazing how far Mission Yozakura has come. From a series that people had no faith in at the beginning, to now being, aside from Hunter x Hunter and One Piece, like the longest running series in Jump at the moment. I just want to let that sink in. Mission Yozakura Family, the series that everyone was saying, like, oh, is this like a Spy X Family kind of series because of one particular YouTuber? I'm not going to mention their name, but it involves an eye patch. You know one that I'm talking about when I mention that word. But yeah, the fact that he said, yeah, this is Spy X Family does this concept a lot better. The fact that he said that, and the fact that he has failed to acknowledge in the 5 years, like next week it's going to be 5 years since Mission Yozakura Family started. The fact that he hasn't acknowledged, like, I was wrong to dismiss this series. It may not be my cup of tea, but it's great that it survived this long. And like I said, third longest running series in Jump. Let that sink in at the moment. So that's what I wanted to say about that. So anyway, it starts off from the ending of the last chapter with Kai and Kyoichiro discussing Asa's conquest blooming and how it's taken over Taiyo. So now everyone else is keeping him at bay, and Kyoichiro's gonna go into the behemoth and go and see his dad and help it get set up so that they get Taiyo back and destroy Asa for good. That is his duty. Although based on what Kyoichiro says in this chapter, I feel like my merit of Asa having because Asa has demonstrated that he can use the abilities of other Yozakura's abilities, like he's used the ability of Taiyo and Futaba before. So the fact that I mentioned like Asa might be able to use the ability of dreams to infiltrate those Yozakura siblings, that might actually be where we're actually heading for right now, especially when we get into the meat of the chapter, as we get Kyoichiro thinking that, no, I feel like it's Momo reiterating this on page 2, where it says, Asa will undoubtedly make use of my it is Momo. Yeah, so he's saying like, okay, Asa's gonna use my blooming stream, and anyone who shapes inside, anyone who steps inside the ship will be under its control immediately. Anyone except you and Taiyo, Kyoichiro, because you two have unique abilities, and we get like the demonstration of like what Kyoichiro's been doing during the 5-year time skip. He's been using the Anacreate Goddess Web, basically the web that he created to shield everyone when he first used Void against Momo. He's now used that in combination with his blooming ability of Void to negate the ability of Dreams, which is very impressive on his part. The fact that and this is what I thought like Kyoichiro's train would be, because Void itself is an omnidimensional attack. It doesn't discriminate from anyone. So the fact that he's now been able to get into some sort of control where he can shape and mold it into anything he wants, that's pretty impressive on his part. Still waiting for his true spring blooming though. So as Kyoichiro is entering the behemoth, we cut to a bit of we cut to a bit of a flashback where we see him with Momo on a screen where Momo's relaying a message to him, which he states that so the fact that your forehead has been combined with your anacreated god web, you're the only one aside tower that can infiltrate the behemoth and get to me, and to that fact that though your relation to the family's heads, you also bear Subumi's blood as well. So basically, he has similar abilities to Tao. It's just Tao's being able to advance them more and get more abilities as a result. And he says it won't be much as Tile, but you do have a resistance to me, and if anyone aside from him had to go in, then it had to be you. You are only chance, Kyoichrio. And I love this moment right here with Momo, because you know someone was waiting to say this to Kyoichrio just to absolutely annoy him. It's like, yeah. Aside from Tile, you're the only one that can go in here. You have the Simone, but like Tile as well. So think about it. Doesn't that mean you've got some of Tile's blood in you as well? Because Subumi's blood is connected with his, and it goes back. So it's kind of like you have a bit of Tile's blood in you. Oh, how sad that must be for you, Kyoichrio, to have the blood of the brother-in-law that you despise so much. Yeah. People have probably been waiting years to say that to Kyoichrio. And Kyoichirio's just like, you get like the little like tick in the faces that you get. It's like, how do we disconnect this? How can I disconnect this? How can I disconnect this right now? So I like that little funny moment between Momo and Kyoichiro there, as they continue on by saying, Ty will probably provide the details once he's solidified his resolve, but let me share the gist of the plan so that you're on the same page as me here. First, Asa will steal Tao's body. So plan A, Asa steals Tao's body. Then he uses the ship to harvest everyone and get rid of the children. And when he does that, you infiltrate the ship so that you can find me, wake me, and then I can take back control of my blooming and use it to peel Asa out of Tao's body. Which isn't a bad plan of itself, but Asa is a pretty smart guy. I think he would have absolutely anticipated that. Like, if he's going to use it on Tile, who's like this love member of a family, there's like a billion% chance that people are going to be like, yeah, we want to get you out of there as soon as possible. Momo continues on and says, okay, so here's how conquest works. First, the user turns their brain into a network of Simonian crystals, and then dematerializes it, quickly rematerializes it inside the brain of the target. So basically, like deconstructing your brain and then reconstructing it inside the target that you've decided to take over, which can overwhelm the original personality. So it's basically possession on a biological level. So it's like you're kind of taking pieces, defining it into crystal, and then once you're inside the body of the host that you're taking over, re-emerge it so that it fits your characteristics better. But brain sounds are fragile, and the Simone crystallization process is harsh. They can't tolerate the repeated use, so this is why it's only a one-time use. And I'm glad that it's established that while this ability is scary and is powerful, it does have its limitations, and very logical limitations. Like Tile was like the only host that maybe Kyoichiro could have, like Kyoichiro states, like he probably could have done it as well. Although I feel like if Kyoichiro had a choice, like, yeah, this guy can either take over Tile or take over me, and I know what this guy has been capable of. Yeah, I'd probably best to give it to Tile. And he goes on to say, once used, neither the possessor nor the possessed will ever be the same. That's going to be interesting when they resolve this with Asa, because we know that Asa is going to be like getting out of Tile's body. So how Tile does change because of the fact the possessor, the fact that he is being possessed, how he changes because of the fact that he's had conquest being used on him. I mean, we see it now, like, obviously he's turned into Asa, but, like, when Asa gets out, I still don't think that's gonna negate the fact that he did get possessed, so he's gonna have to be changed in some way. So that'll be interesting to see. But they go on and say, however, Conquest isn't the only blooming that directly manipulates the brain, because as you know, I have the dreams ability, which is very similar. There is only one other that changes anything, and it is my dream. It is my dreams ability, and he's saying this in like a really like fanboy way, like it's my dreams ability. Ooh, let's have a party. Let's have a party. And Creature's just like, really, Dad? We're in the battle of our lives here. Can you at least be serious for once? And he's like, yeah, I am being serious here. I'm telling you how to defeat this guy. So I do like it when Momo's going back and forth with his kids. So he goes on and says, once I have Tails' permission, I'll lay down the groundwork for everyone by casting light layers of dreams over him. It won't be enough. It won't be enough to affect his personality in any way, of course. Coming through the records across and so much time, it'll be faint, but there's just enough of a brain to distribute. So basically, using it like, okay, it may not be really effective, but just the tiniest little bit of amount can be enough to push Asa back. But again, Asa is a smart guy. He's got all these bloomings inside of him. Yeah, I feel like one dream's ability, while powerful, won't be enough to take on all these abilities that Asa like. Asa probably has like they say that there was 100 different bloomings. I bet Asa's got like about 70 of them just stacked in there. They continue on as Momo says, like, okay, so instead of Conquest completely overwhelming Tails' personality and destroying him, Dreams will cocoon Tail in a state of deep slumber, kind of similar to what Kyoichriyo's Arcana's Goddess Web does, in the sense that he encases everything, so like the blooming ability won't be effective, and after that what they need to do is wake up Tail, and his blooming can do that easily. And again, I do like that they're thinking of like every single aspect to defeat Asa, using every trick that they've learned, every ability that they've had, like just throwing out plans after plans after plans, laying it out. But again, all these plans could go completely out of the window if Asa has one trick up his sleeve, and I'm dollars to donuts, like I'm still betting he has that dreams ability. Like, they're so focused on just like, we got to take down Asa, this is the plan, and nothing could go wrong. But we know something is probably gonna go wrong, considering the fact that we haven't had like the announcement of like Mission Yozakura is ending in X amount of chapters, and the fact that we're not getting any new manga, I don't think, until the start of the new year. So that means we've got like we're in October now, so we've got like at least 10 more weeks, and then maybe a few weeks after that before they start wrapping down. So like at least 15 more weeks, so at least the bare minimum. So yeah, like I said, this plan is probably going to go down south incredibly quickly after this chapter, as Momo goes on to say, I'm the first to ever have the dreams ability, the dreams blooming. It's never before appeared in Yozakura history. No, but it's appeared now, and you've used it, and Asa has been in the shadows noticing this, Momo. Like, see, this is why I feel like they're really underestimating Asa as a person and as a character. The fact that he is a doctor, and he is smart, and he's had 5 years to research dreams. They're saying, he says here, this means Asa hasn't had the time to research in every aspect, so we'll take advantage of that. Like, how do you know? I mean, Momo has been there, but he's been kind of like in a suspended animation, so who's to say that Asa hasn't really figured out every single aspect, or at least theorized everything before, without actually testing it out first? Like, but I feel like he's been theorizing it and seeing it as a possibility, like, hey, this blooming might be able to override my blooming, so I best keep aware of that. So Momo continues on by saying, I expect he'll put me in suspended animation, effectively turning me into a type of security device, keeping dreams active in the behemoth. But if I can regain consciousness, I can use what strength I have left to peel Asa out of Tail, and with that, Asa will have no body, and he'll just fade into dust, and then that will be the end of Asa and of the threat that he possesses to the Yozakura family. And that's the gist of the plan. Asa relies on everyone else to survive, so we're going to turn his desires against him. And since the moment he founded the Yozakura family, it's been a great threat, and we need to end it. And to do that, I need to be reawakened, and the only one who could do that is you, Kyoichrio. And this is where I feel like, okay, Kyoichrio, you have really screwed up now by saying what you're gonna say here, and it's like, no, no, we're not going to do it. We're not going to do things your way, Dad. And Mo was just like, what? This wasn't what I was expecting. I was expecting you to say, yes, you are going to wake me up. No, no, no. Now, to be fair, Kyoichrio does have a reason for why this is. But at the same time, I feel like the fact that Kyoichrio saying this, it's going to be screwed up, and then he's going to be like, crap, why did I do that? Why didn't I say that? And then he's going to go, like, he probably only used this as, like, a literal last resort. So he goes on and says, though you did have your reasons for it, so you plotting already caused us a buttload of annoyance. I love you, Dad, but I'm also sick of you. So, yeah, kind of understandable. Like, Momo did cause a lot of annoyance for him, like joining up Town Popo, messing about with Tao in the first place. Granted, it was to activate his abilities, but still, turning the family against each other when he used his dreams ability. Yeah, he's really screwed up. So it's no wonder that Kyoichrio's not going along with his plans. And he goes on and says, please go back to being nothing but a warm memory of the past. And Ron was just like, oh, you'll treat me as if I'm already dead. And Kyoichrio says, like, yeah, you technically are dead. And he's like, yeah, but still, that's not the point here. But Kyoichrio says, I'm grateful that you put so much thought and effort into letting us a helping hand, even to the end. But I can't approve of this plan with wholehearted enthusiasm because the risk to Tao is too great. And again, Kyoichrio just being the tsundere here. It's like, damn it, Tao, why did you have to marry your sister? Well, you're my sister's husband, so I've got to protect you. And he goes on, Moa says, I see that you're worried for Tile. I see that you're worried for Tile. And yeah, Kyoichrio's like, yeah, I see that look on your face, like, oh, you're worried for Tile, Kyoichrio, so drop that right away. Should the unthinkable happen, it would scar Mutsumi and children for the rest of their lives. And the twins in particular don't need to experience what it's like to lose family. So even though he's kind of helping Tile here, he's more doing it for like Mutsumi and the kids than it does for him. But at the same time, he does care about Tile, even if he wouldn't want to admit it. And they don't even need to consider the possibility of ever losing anyone. Besides, it's not my decision, it's Tao's choice to make. If he and Mutsumi decide to go through with this, I've got to respect that. They're the parents here. They have to make this ultimate decision of whether or not to go through with this plan, and it could fail very badly, and I've got the feeling that it is going to fail, me personally, not Kyoichrio. I've got the feeling that it is going to fail. Before, like I said, they've got to lose the battle before they win the war against Asa. I respect their choices in regards to the twins too. Whether to tell them despite the risk of upsetting them or to keep it from them entirely, that's for Mutsumi and Tile to decide. And as we get like the captions saying, Asa's ship, the behemoth lower floors, this is where the infiltration is successful, and Kyoichrio makes his way to the ship's core to obviously go and see Momo. And down in the Academy's central corridors, the Yozakura siblings are facing Asa or Tile Asa. And then way down in the lowest level, we have all the others. So we have Mutsumi, Ayaka, Hiyofumi, and Alpha. Hey, we haven't seen them in a while. Let's see what they're up to. So as we cut over to Mutsumi and her group, we see Ayaka saying like, oh, thanks to Miss Shion's excellent camouflage technology, the room is entirely hidden. Our duty is to sit patiently and wait on standby. And Aisha saying like, yeah, if any bad guys come down here, I'll have to smash them or smell them right. I'll be able to smash them, hear them, or smell them right away. Which gets me thinking like, hey, I can still fight, so they might be a last line of defense against Asatile, even though that will probably fail when all the Yozakura siblings have the dreaming blooming used on them. Like I'm saying, predicting that that's going to happen. I mean, we didn't get it in this chapter, but I feel like we've got it coming up. And the fact that they're just being like so casually relaxed here, like, yeah, this is just screaming like something is going to go wrong. Something is going to go wrong. As Mutsumi's just like, oh, thanks, Ai, that's reassuring. Although I can't say the same for Alpha here, as we get the flashback of where Alpha was being told like, okay, I'm going to be taken over by Asa right now. So see you later, kids, for now. I wasn't sure if I should tell you since I know you'd worry, but that's really a big thing. As you pop up I thought you'd probably deserve it. Like, yeah, they do deserve to know, like, what is actually going to happen to their father. Like, the person that they're going to see next time is probably not going to be their dad here. And for a while, for a little while at least, it won't exactly be me. But I promise that I'm gonna come back here. So have faith in your papa and wait and see. And we have Alpha just holding back his tears here. And it's just like, why are you only saying it only to me? Like, yeah, okay, I will. But Papa, why are you only saying it to me? Why aren't you saying it to everyone? As they're just like, oh, you know, I've already told everyone, but I've saved you for last, Alpha, because I know how much of a daddy's boy you are. And when it happens, we thought that you would be the one to actually cry and bawl your eyes out as quickly as possible. And we have everyone just being like, okay, place your bets on how if Alpha's gonna cry or not. If Alpha's gonna cry or not. Yeah, I bet he's gonna cry. I's worried. And yeah, I'm worried too, says Ayaka, but Hiofumi's just like, I bet you're gonna cry. I bet you're gonna cry a lot. And Alpha's just like, don't be so rude. I'm not some stupid little kid. Well, you're still a kid, but yeah, you're not stupid, but you're still a kid. Yeah, you're a kid. And he's just like, oh yeah, oh yeah, of course I am, but that doesn't mean you have to treat me like some whiny crying baby. I'm not Hifumi. And this is where Hifumi is like, excuse me, what did you? He's like, okay, I'm sorry, Hifumi. But he goes on and says, anyway, I have smart of common sense. I can have faith in Papa and wait with everyone else. And Tasha's like, okay, see you later. Bye, everyone. Yeah, bye, Alpha. Bye. Yeah, just leave Alpha to us. Yeah, see you later, Alpha. Yeah, don't hold up, Dad. But we can see Alpha just trying his best to hold back every edge. His hands just shaking. It's just like, I hate it when you do that. Don't assume it's discrimination. No, it isn't discrimination, but you're still gonna cry. You are holding back your tears, Alpha, as he says, I'm an entirely logical person. I won't let my emotions get the better of me, and I'll definitely won't cry, as we see Alpha just bawl his eyes out, and everyone's just like, yeah, we knew this was coming. Like, you may claim to be a logical person, but you still have emotions, Alpha. And that's where the chapter ends. So, pretty decent chapter that we got here. We got Kyoichrio finding out discussing the plan with Momo, and Kyoichrio being like, nope, I cannot accept that because it's not what Tayo or Mutsumi or the kids would want. But we do appreciate that you at least took your time to come up with this plan, Dad. And obviously we get caught up with Mutsumi's group and everything. Now, like I said, with this being the case here, of just being like, oh, happy-go-lucky, of just like, oh, come back, oh, I'll be the same, don't worry about me, no, I won't worry about you. It's just screaming like, no, this is where shit is going to hit the fan. So the question is, how long is this actually going to take before I suppose the rug out from under them and basically gets control of all the siblings in that area, and plus is able to get to the kids. So yeah, I feel like it will last over the 3 chapters leading to chapter 250, and then the last like probably 15 chapters or 10 to 15 chapters will be like getting back to the Yozakura mansion and getting to the final battle with Asa, even though this is technically the final battle that we're actually in. But that's something that we'll just have to wait and see, and whether or not Kyoichrio will just be like, crap, I need to get to Momo right now and get it and get that blooming before he does something bad to the kids that Asa Tayo does. But like I said, that's just something we'll have to wait and see. So anyway, guys, what did you think of this chapter? Let me know. Like, subscribe, comment, all that jazz. And this will be Lasherluke signing off. Later, guys.